Taking a look right now at some of our Alaska stories for this Monday morning. It is August 28th, 2017. On Friday, the Alaska Supreme Court upheld Governor Walker's 2016 veto of half of the permanent fund dividend. And as you recall, some of us at the time cried out, how could he do that? That's against the law. It was appealed through the courts, and now the Supreme Court has decided that, yes, in fact, the governor does have the power to do that, and the legislature, I think, knowing where that was going in the first place, have already passed a law this year that cuts our dividends in half, too. So, get used to it. It's not going to be long before we have exactly zero dividend coming to us as Alaskans. Now, an aircraft crashed on Thursday, I believe. The NTSB has confirmed that the pilot, who was the only one on board, died. This happened down near Port Alsworth. One of the suspects in the stolen check cashing ring are still at large. They caught the other one over the weekend. And a body found in a hot tub down in Juneau last week has been identified as that of a missing woman. She had last been seen on August 13th on closed-circuit TV, a basic surveillance video. She left the scene of a minor accident and just kind of wandered off. This body that they found last week apparently was hers. They have not said foul play or anything at this point, and there's no connection between the homeowner and the woman. The University of Fairbanks, UAF, has now changed its Title IX training regulations because of some lawsuits. So now everybody who's going to UAF is going to have to watch 2 specific videos before they are allowed to take any classes, which, by the way, begin today. There was a child who was struck by a taxi in South Anchorage, I believe on Thursday afternoon, around 4 p.m. or so. The 8-year-old literally jumped out right in front of the taxi, managed to escape with only road rash. And the taxi driver, by the way, did nothing wrong, had the right of way. It simply is one of those things that happen. However, of course, a reminder to all parents to keep a tight leash on the kids. If you can't train them to stay out of the road, then certainly you want to restrain them. Juneau is losing its seniors and its money because it has a lack of services to offer to seniors. At least that's what they're saying now. The fact of the matter is that Juneau is, like many other places in Alaska, not really well equipped to deal with people who have dementia or Alzheimer's or other issues that require full-time care, like some places in the lower 48 do. A couple of marijuana stories in the news this week. One over the odor of marijuana that's growing, or the marijuana grow. It's bothering their neighbors. They say it smells like a skunk. Well, it turns out that it is an agricultural zone, and if they weren't growing marijuana, they could be raising pigs. I'd like to see if they're going to protest. It smells like pigs. It's agriculture. The other marijuana story has to do with the fact that they're putting it up on the ballot again, because I guess the last time we voted, we didn't know what we were doing when we legalized it. Anyway, there are many more stories than we have time for. Check it out at radiofreespeech.com. I do a 30 to 40-minute audio version, which I send out to my regular subscribers. If you'd like to be a part of that, hit me with an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. I'll send you a free sample. See what you think.